Hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome to another episode in my ongoing preview series of the upcoming Microsoft Flight Simulator. So today we're doing a bit of a viewer request, so we've had a couple of requests come through to do some city tours. And this one is actually kind of popped up and was really interesting, and I think I found the perfect aircraft to do this one. So there's going to be a quick tour, because I've never been to this city, so I'm really looking excited to go here virtually. And we're going to be visiting Budapest today, and we're going to be doing it because once upon a time, Budapest was the home of a Red Bull air race leg. So what better aircraft to take here than the Aerobatic racer aircraft, the Extra 330 that ships with Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we're going to jump straight into this one today. So I've done a bit of it. Now I've also switched on the points of interest indicator as well, because apparently there is at least one point of interest in the city of Budapest that's been flagged as part of the sim. So we're going to get to a couple of things to see how these look today. So I've set a sort of a bit of custom weather here. Actually, we might actually do a bit of a better. We might change the. We might do a clear skies, few clouds. Let's do a few clouds one. So I've changed a few settings here as well. I've just made it with like generic AI rather than live traffic, and just so we can make sure that we do this in daylight, we can actually see what's going on. As I said, we're going to be flying in an Extra 330 today, just in the standard default livery. That's pretty much about that. And then, as I said, we're going to be flying out of Takeoff, which is a small GA airstrip on the edge of the city of Budapest. So we'll see how we go. With this one. It should be interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to this. As I said, I haven't been here either in real life or virtually, so this is going to be an interesting journey for us. So let's get ourselves underway. I'm excited to give this a try, honestly, because I haven't actually flown the 330 yet. So this could be really interesting. Could go really, really well or really, really badly. I guess we'll find out in a second. Alright, so here we are at the field, so looking like a fairly cool basic grass strip, or sort of concrete strip with some grass around it, so nice GA. Two-seater, looking very, very dashing. Let's, I suppose, pretty much get underway. Well, this is interesting. We're gonna visit it there. That's kind of cool. All right, let's do traditional here. Traditional. Start with our checklist. Let's, okay, so fuel selector. I'm going to sit down, so to acro or center tanks. Yep, there we go. Alright, battery switch to on. And alternator already set to on. Position strobe lights. So strobe, nav, fuel. We haven't got a fuel. I haven't got a fuel pump yet. Alright, prop lever set to full. Cool. Go towards our starting engine. Alright, throttle open 1/4 of an inch. Boost pump switch to on. Mixture full rich. Boost pump is off. Ignition set to start. Oop. Yeah, that's a problem I always had with XP11 as well, with the fact that it would sort of do that sort of turn there and end up turning the actual view of the aircraft, of the actual, you zoom your view as well, which is always frustrating. Alright, mixture is set to full rich. Done, all pressure in the green. Alright, after that, then we've got our avionics master switch set to on, which is, where is our avionics master? There it is, avionics set to on. And all checked. There we go, awesome. Okay, as I said, I don't really have much of a plan for this one, other than to get airborne. So let's do our chat to the ATC. Alright, request departure for departure to the north.
Ground Extra November Oscar Victor Alpha 24 ready to taxi north departure. Extra November Oscar Victor Alpha 24 taxi to and hold short of runway 32 via taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 129.0 when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway tree 2 via taxiway Alpha Extra Alpha 24.
Alright, so taxi, hold short runway 32 via taxiway Alpha. Okay. So, brakes off. Interesting that this is the one time that we don't have our interactive view, which is a bit odd. Alright. Now we're here at the runway edge.
Tower Extra November Oscar Victor Alpha 24 ready for north departure at runway tree 2. Extra November Oscar Victor Alpha 24 cleared for takeoff runway tree 2 departure to the north approved. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 2 Extra Alpha 24.
Alright, here we go, lining up. Alright, everything looking good. Batteries on. Let's make sure we've got our transponders on. Otherwise, we are looking good to go. Alright, let's get airborne and have fun exploring the Danube. Oh, very squirrely. A lot of horsepower in this engine. Effortless. Okay, alright. Probably shouldn't, but just why not? Because we are an aerobatic aircraft after all, so I can't really resist it. And that just felt so smooth and so slick. Okay, yep. That felt good. Alright, okay, so now, I believe... Thank you very much. Now that is the River Danube, so I believe we should be looking heading.
You are leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Thank you. Oh, I'm probably going to have to... So this is one thing I've noticed, that if you tell your AI to look after the comms, it only does it if you have a flight plan. If you don't have a flight plan, then it won't do the AI the comms for you, which is a bit annoying. Okay, now we're not going to request flight following because we are going to sort of breach a few regs today, because we're going to be all about showing things off. So let's fly along here. So this is the River Danube, we're flying along here. And we should have the nice old city of Budapest coming up near us, coming up in front of us. And then we should also see the main airport, the main international airport, coming up on the right as well. So let's probably veer this side of the river. Now, this is one of the default weather systems that's available, so this is not live weather we're looking at today. So we're looking at one of the automatically sort of set custom weather themes, but the weather will still evolve automatically out of the dynamically out of the start of that. We're sort of just bouncing along here, and again getting that feeling of that bounce as we fly along, which is kind of cool. Right, I'm gonna back the prop pitch back a little there, prop RPMs back. I'll just watch the manifold pressure there. Alright, I'm going to move to the wing tanks. Actually, that may have been the wrong direction. Okay, apparently that was not setting to the wing tanks. That's awkward. Oh, okay, so there we go. So we got our first marker up there, which is good to know. So we're talking, so that's when we turned that on before, so that's where we're going to have a look at. So let's have a look at some of the city here. So we've got a few various custom buildings coming over. Obviously a lot of it extruded out of the photo reel, and then we've got our Hungarian Parliament building up there. Port there on the Danube. Not as much boat traffic as I was expecting. I was expecting probably a bit more boat traffic to appear here. But you can see that the terrain, so yeah, in the sim actually follows. It's not like a flat terrain. It actually follows the curvature and the bumps and dips of the Earth as well. Now we're going to go have a look at the Hungarian Parliament building. Then we're going to have to, of course, yeah, okay. So it does look like they do have some of the bridges, because of course the bridges are what made the course so fascinating as part of the Red Bull Air Race experience. Come up here and have a look at the Hungarian Parliament building. Gotta check that I read that correctly. So, okay, right. So I read that incorrectly. So I thought the wing tanks was at the bottom. No, it's the fuel off is at the bottom. Right. So we need to make. So the wing tanks is we go up one. There we go. Okay, that's off the wing tanks, not my acrobatic tanks at the moment. That's good. Okay. There we've got standard bridge, so custom point of interest there. That is a pretty cool model for that. Now, someone who's never been here to Hungary or to Budapest, this is a great way to tour so many places like this. And this is one of the things I love about flight simming, is the fact that flight simming really can bring worlds together. Like, it genuinely really can. So that's cool to see. It looks like we've got a rail yard over there behind there as well. Alright. Now the challenge is going to be if we can do like what the Red Bull pilots do, fly under bridges. That's going to be the challenge. Okay, so you know what? Let's switch me back to my acro tanks. Alright. Now, one of the things I do want to try is... let's gain some altitude. So I haven't really flown, as I said, I haven't flown this aircraft before, so I'm curious about how we go with altitude with some stalling. So let's go through... Alright, let's do a standard level stall. Alright, throttle back. See if we can spin this aircraft. Alright, so we want to nose high altitude. Incipient stall. Feeling it go. Stall horn. Yep. Okay, opposite rudder, full throttle, pull back up. Yes, you can spin these aircraft. Okay, alright. That was cool. Alright. Now let's recover some airspeed here. And then the next one I want to try and do, before we go back and have a bit of a race along the Danube there, is... Actually, we might turn as we do that, because I want to bring up some speed. Now, the one thing that I did note, however, unfortunately, is there's no smoke system yet. I don't know when we're going to get it, but I noticed that there's no smoke system yet. Okay, so let's go 160 knots. Alright. Throttle up. Good. Alright, throttle back. Alright. it's perhaps probably more my skills, not having enough skills to do a tail slide. And unfortunately, we can see that they're missing at least one bridge from that right there, unfortunately. Because there's the vector data that shows there should be a bridge, and there's no bridge. Okay. But seriously though, but still though, like, the city's the city. We've got the city there. Alright. To round off this fairly quick video, let's see if we can not crash and not die and have a speed run along the bottom of the Danube, shall we? Alright. I don't know if I want to tempt trying to go under one of these bridges or not. I don't know if I want to tempt it. Yeah, I'm going to chicken out of that first one. Alright. Definitely overcorrected that roll. That's two. I definitely did that overcorrection on that roll. Nope. Nope. You know, it's funny. So I was known for a long time in flight simulation circles, particularly in Microsoft Flight, that I was the one that would always, if there was a bridge, I was the one that would always find a way to go under it. But you know what? In this sim, I'm feeling less confident about going under bridges. Oh, felt that. I'm assuming I got through that. Hope I did. It didn't record a crash, so I'll take it. Nope. Nope. We're buttoning over that one. All right. Now this should be one of the main bridges. All right. Oh. You can almost feel. I'm feeling the adrenaline, and I know this is not real. And that shadow, as I went under that bridge, that was that was awesome. Okay, that was a bucket ton of fun. Okay, thank you Budapest, because that was insanely fun. Now I really do want to go here for real. I really, really do. Okay. It gets really interesting seeing the buildings get extrapolated out of the photoreal scenery and seeing how it looks here as well. And like, that's really, really cool. Alright, let's do an approach and landing. So we do have the main airfield just here. Let's head over and check these guys out. So let's have a look at our... Let's go for our nav. Alright, let's go for ATC. Let's go nearest airports. Alright, and I think it's LHBP. There we go.
Budapest Tower Extra November Oscar Victor Alpha 24 is 7 miles west with Sierra to land. Extra November Oscar Victor Alpha 24 Budapest Tower. Fly left traffic runway 31 left. Altimeter 29er, 2 wind 266 at 7. Enter left downwind runway 31 left. Extra Alpha 2.
Okay. So do 3-1 left. So it's got the airfield up there in front of us. It's, as I said, it's a bit weird because then suddenly the AI does take over and does the acknowledgements for you, which is kind of interesting. Anyway. Alright, so fly left downwind, runway 31 left, altimeter 299er, wind 266 at 7. So a little bit of a crosswind as we come in on that one. Okay. Alright, we're going to turn our landing light on. I probably this would have been a good one for to have the visual for, because I actually turned the visual approach guidance system sort of off for this particular episode. In hindsight, I probably should have kept it on, especially for an airport that I'm not familiar with. It's funny actually. I was thinking that there was a program that looked at making sort of like a Google Glass kind of idea for pilots that would actually give them that sort of like synthetic vision actually in their eye rather than relying it just off their MFDs. It would actually be part of their like a eyewear that they would actually wear. Alright, I'm going to turn that back to normal because I think that's the acro tanks running out of fuel.
24 cleared to land, runway tree 1 left, wind 266 at 7. Cleared to land, runway tree 1 left, extra Alpha 24.
Alright, bleeding off airspeed in the turn. See rabbits. Turning short final. A little bit low on that approach. On slope. Hold it off. Oh, bit of a bumpy landing, that one. Oof.
Extra Alpha 24 exit runway when able. Extra Alpha 24 contact ground on 121.901. 121.901 for extra Alpha 24.
Alright, let's check those radios and get ourselves taxis and parking.
Budapest ground, extra November Oscar Victor Alpha 24 request taxi to parking. Extra November Oscar Victor Alpha 24 taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Bravo. Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Bravo extra Alpha 24.
I was just thinking, like, how cool it would be, sort of, you know, when you're being like a Red Bull Air Race pilot, like how terrifying and yet amazing that experience is, and sort of, you know, be able to come back and land after doing those amazing, you know, just feats and just that sheer terror that some of the things, particularly the slicing through some of the things that they do. Wow. Ugh. Such a shame that we won't be seeing those anymore. At least not for a while anyway. Hopefully, somebody will start them up again soon. Definitely a lot more challenging to see out of than your normal traditional aircraft, that's for sure. The this extra. So in terms of the accuracy of Budapest, I am going to have to defer to any of you, my viewers, who have been to this airport or have been to this city. But for me, as someone who hasn't been there, I have to admit that it's been an enjoyable experience and definitely had that feeling of being there. So I think that's, and again, that's a lot of what some of the wonderful things that Flight Sim is capable of doing, is giving that experience of being there even when one can't actually be there. Alright, let's have a look now. We want to try and make sure that we don't knock over someone. So we're going to go around this guy. We don't want to slice a guy up on his first day at work. This is going to be interesting because there's a guy there giving us like the idea of how close we are, and we can't actually see him. Guess that's when a one-size-fits-all approach doesn't always work. Actually, let me just try setting to... no, okay, so there is an option for like an upper position that you can do on some aircraft. Doesn't work so well, apparently not programmed for this one. So, alright, let's parking brake on. Let's do mixture off, and there we go, engine off, and we're done. So thank you very much for joining me on this little excursion and adventure to Budapest. As I said, a place that I haven't been in real life or in the sim until now. It's been a great and interesting experience, and also being able to see that that sort of point of interest marker system as well as being able to do some other fun stuff as well. Though I must admit, it's a bit odd with our pilot avatars wearing sort of commercial pilot attire in an extra 330. That looks a little weird, but kind of cool. And also being able to do some aerobatics as well. That was, I think knowing that I can spin the aircraft, that's a big thing as well. But the rest of it was kind of like, I think that's just my lack of aerobatic skills coming through. But anyway. Well, folks, thank you very much for joining me in this latest episode in my ongoing series of preview episodes of the upcoming Flight Simulator. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. You can even find me on Twitch between episodes as well. So we're streaming a variety of titles over on Twitch TV/NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.